Hey everybody, we are at what's been called Hostage Square. It's been 100 days. 100 days since October the 7th, since 246 Israelis and other foreign nationals went into captivity. And I'm going to take you into this place now. Let's turn it around. The key is to not forget. You cannot forget that there's still 136 in captivity. When we first got here, we saw a bunch of young ladies from a school. They were Druze. What are Druze? Druze are a kind of secretive sect of Islam. And we have quite a large Druze community. You wouldn't know it if you listened to South Africa the other day, who said that we operate apartheid, but the Druze, they serve in every aspect of government, of society, hospitals, nurses, in the army, and they came here to show their solidarity with the hostages, even though they're not Jewish. Still in captivity. This guy right here, right, see if I can zoom in. Alex Lobanov. He's from Ashkelon. When you go into Ashkelon, you see a giant picture just like that. Every time I drive home, I'm in Tel Aviv right now, but every time I drive home, I pray for him, pray for his release. This young lady over here, she is 18 years old. Larry Albag, 18 years old. I can't even imagine if it was my daughter. That's why these idiots in South Africa, they didn't mention once in all of their nonsense, calling Israel an apartheid country, saying they were committing genocide. They seem to forget that 246 of our people were hostages and still 135 are in captivity. That didn't seem to bother them. At a certain point today, and it may have already happened, there will be 100 minutes of economic strike or silence, where businesses will shut down. Somewhere around here, and you can see kids from all over the country. They've taken off school, they've come here. But somewhere around here, I know that they have built a makeshift Hamas tunnel. Now, why would they do that? Because when you go inside, you can imagine what it's like to be in there for an hour, 2 hours, 24 hours, 100 days, underground, hardly any ventilation. Not much air. You see the yellow ribbon people wear to keep people remembering. Last night I was here with Ilana. We stood for 2 hours right around here, and there was different testimonies, music. Jack Lew, the ambassador from America, came and spoke. And I noticed that after standing here, I'm 58 years old. I'm in relatively good shape. But after standing here for an hour, my back really began to hurt. My legs, my knees. And I thought, well, I should probably, maybe we'll go home. And then I thought, here I am, after being here. Oh, this girl, I'm going to stop my story. I want to dedicate this little section of this film to South Africa, because that girl singing, Valerie Khatami, she's Arab. So you said the other day to the whole world that we operate in an apartheid state on Israeli Arabs. Does she look like she's suffering from apartheid? Why would she be coming here to sing where you have all these Jewish people. Here is a girl from Jaffa, an Arab. And she's singing in Hebrew. Normally she sings in Arabic. South Africa, it's so confusing. How can this Arab girl be so free here in apartheid Israel? Maybe we're not apartheid. Maybe you're out of your mind. Anyways, as I was standing here and I was, my back's hurting, I'm realizing with these hostages, I mean, I'm complaining after 2 hours of standing. I just can't imagine 100 days, no proper meal, no exercise, not a good night's sleep. And realize they don't have news. They don't know what's happening here. One of the things that some of the hostages said when they came out a month and a half ago is they did not realize what had happened in the rest of Israel. They thought what happened on their kibbutz was the only kibbutz. Now, what is that announcement? What they're saying, now this is what we live with. I want you to understand what we live with. That announcement that you just heard said, in the case of an alarm indicating rocket fire from Hamas, they said get on the ground for 10 minutes, because there's no, what are you going to do? Everybody going to run? That's impossible. So they're saying if Hamas targets us and tries to kill us, that everybody is to get on the ground and cover themselves, cover their heads, and wait 10 minutes. This woman speaking is I'm assuming the mother of somebody in captivity. That's what they did last night.
אני רוצה להזמין את דוקטור איילת לוי שחר.
This is a Shabbat table for the hostages who are still there.
שחיה 100 ימים בתוך סיוט, אין יום ואין לילה. דוקטור איילת לוי שחר. בבקשה.
Can't even imagine what it's like in a tiny little country like this to have 100 people in captivity. By the way, South Africa government, and by the way, I know there are many people in South Africa who think what their country has done is ridiculous. I hear from them and I appreciate that response, but let me just say to the government of South Africa, in your entire presentation the other day, where you called Israel a genocidal state, do you not realize that we have 130 hostages? I just like to, gosh, I wish they would listen. The lawyers for South Africa? What if one of your daughters was being held, raped by a terrorist? There is a thought here that we have women, girls in captivity who are now pregnant from Hamas terrorists, and they're still there. Can you imagine? What do you expect us to do, South Africa? What do you expect us to do? See those girls in front of me? They're Druze. They came here to support. They are Arab, Druze, and they came here to support the Jewish people. God bless them. God bless them. South Africa, Arab Israelis coming to support the Jewish people. Does that not blow your mind? You didn't mention that the other day when you called us an apartheid state. But what would you do, South Africa?
ואני מדברת כאן לפניכם.
If hundreds of your people had been taken hostage and were in captivity,
של נערה צעירה המוחזקת
I guess you wouldn't care. You would say, well,
פצועה ופגועה,
you know,
כל כך פגועה.
we don't want to offend the terrorists.
אף הורה לא צריך לחוות דבר כה אכזרי. אף הורה לא צריך אפילו לדמיין. סרטון אחד ונורא.
Just remember Ron Benjamin
לפני השביעי באוקטובר.
in captivity, 100 days.
כל סרטון קודם של נעמה לפני הבוקר ההוא.
Okay, friends, I'm going to sign off now. Thank you for joining me. Keep praying for the release of the hostages. God bless you.